Hear about this? UFC took away credentials from a Jackson Winklejohn staffer. I believe it was a photographer because he tweeted out some shit about Cyborg. He tweeted out after the win, and this is, Holly Holm trains with Jackson Winklejohn, so this is basically Holly Holm's team. And he tweeted out a picture of Cyborg. And the quote was, "This dude is tough as hell." That being said, at the press conference, he said Holly was the first one to make his nosebleed. "You're my hero, Holly Holm. See you back at the gym. Hashtag UFC 219.
Who said that?
MA2_media, who I believe, let's see.
So it was a media member that has some kind of ties to Jackson Winklejohn.
Social media staffer and photographer Mark Aragon.
Mm. Oh, that's not good, is it? You can't do that.
Yeah. And look, I get that. Look, you're trying to make a joke, and I'm the first person to defend people making jokes, but it's also not your job to make a joke. It's your job to take pictures and to be a social media staffer for this company, and you're representing them in a weird way. Even with your own social media, if that's your job online is to represent a company, and then you're tweeting shit with, even if it's not necessarily the account for that, which I don't think it was, right? Yeah,
no, I don't think it was either. But also at the end of the day, sorry to cut you off there, but if you want to make a joke, make a joke. But when that joke has been made before, which of course it has, Dana White obviously, remember that video back in the day, he made some references, and that's kind of the stigma which unfortunately has followed Cyborg around. And now, especially in this modern day and age, it's just you can't stand for it. See, the top of the show we're talking about Time's Up last night, etc., etc. You're not allowed to do that, and the joke's been made, and it's not funny, and she's trying to do her best to be taken seriously as a mixed martial artist, which of course she is. She's the featherweight champion of the world. It's just not funny. I think it's in bad taste. It's very poor. It takes away from the amazing performance that she and Holly put on. So really, of course the credential was taken away, but Jackson Winklejohn should really, I don't know, maybe think about firing that guy or give him some kind of official warning or whatever it may be, because, it's out of line. It really is. I mean, at the end of the day, Cyborg's a hell of a fighter, but, all fighters, they go home at night and we all have feelings, we all have personalities, and shit gets to us. I mean, I've developed a very, very thick skin over years, when
Scar
I first
tissue.
started. Say again?
Scar tissue.
I've got tons of scar tissue on my face and in my soul, believe you me. When I first started in this, I couldn't believe, like my first fight on my UFC contract after I won the Ultimate Fighter was UFC 66. I think I've told this story before. And then afterwards, I went and checked the forums to see what people were saying. And I knocked the guy out in the first round, but still it just wasn't good enough for people. And they're like, yeah, he sucks. And I was like, what the hell? And of course, I've opened my mouth over the years and I haven't helped myself, but I have been the attention of a lot of abuse online, on Twitter, etc. And you develop hard skin. You do. My skin's as tough as an elephant's. I don't give a fuck anymore. But not everyone's like that, and certainly when it's a woman and you're talking about their appearance, it's just not on.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's funny at all.
I agree with you. And look, we've made jokes about how she fights like a dude. And obviously nobody.
And I mean that as a compliment.
Of course. And nobody, look, we all know this. Nobody's hired Cyborg because she's the fucking cover of Sports Illustrated. And I think that's a good thing for women's MMA. I think that at the time that hiring just pretty faces that are okay fighters has passed us.
Well, think about it. Who was it? What's she called? The blonde girl.
Paige Van Zandt.
Say again?
Paige?
No, not Paige Van Zandt. The other one. She's been around forever. Short blonde hair.
Felice Herrig.
Provocative. Yeah, Felice Herrig. She was saying recently, it's bullshit because now you've got to be young and you've got to be good looking, and if you're not good looking enough, you don't get the opportunities. So, by the way, each to their own, and some people love.
Can I say this?
Some people love a more, physical, masculine woman. Jesus Christ, I've got to be careful with my words here. But you know what I'm trying to say. So realistically, she's being awarded for her merits.
Yes,
but as I say, I'm sure a lot of people dig the way Cyborg looks.
Felice Herrig really can't talk though, because when
No, exactly.
she's the first person that came and used her sexuality to kind of get her some notoriety, and she did it
Big time
unapologetically.
trades on her sex vibe.
Yeah, she's hot. But then I guess she said recently she's been like getting older, getting depressed. Look, it's a different thing for women, obviously, and that's why, especially, look, I don't know Cyborg, but I know Jason Perillo pretty well, and I know you really well now. So what happens is in this game of sort of 6 degrees of separation, I look at Cyborg as being way more human and not just sort of a meme on the internet, not just a personality on TV. And you're disconnected from that as a fan sometimes, that these are real people. They do have real feelings. They do have fucking real insecurities. UFC specifically isn't that big. It's a big sport, but it's not that big. So it's not like these are fucking larger than life personalities like The Rock, where they got billions of dollars. And, it's like a lot of these guys 2 years ago were broke,
No, absolutely they were. In fact, to be honest, most people, of course, they're all broke. I mean, you hear about the anomalies here and there. The occasional person that comes from a wealthy background that doesn't really need to fight. BJ Penn, for example, his family, by all accounts, are wealthy landowners in Hawaii. That makes me respect him even more, because he doesn't choose to fight. He doesn't have to fight, pardon me. He's not forced to do it because he has nothing else. He does it because he's a natural fighter and wants to, But yeah, certainly a lot of these people don't have privileged backgrounds, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, fuck it, dude. I mean, whatever. I don't know if they should fire the guy. I feel weird. The guy did make a mistake.
There you go. I was trying to think what got us onto this topic, and it was the guy sending the tweet. It was the guy sending the tweet. Thank God you mentioned it. I tell you, I think I've been hitting the head too much. Jesus Christ, I had no recollection. And that's a joke before you all start. So main event this weekend, though, talking about the fights. Jeremy Stephens taking on Doo Ho Choi. Does that do anything for you, Lewis? Are you excited about that? Do you know who Doo Ho Choi is? Do you know anything about him?
Yeah, I mean, look, I know what I've seen of him already, which isn't a ton, but he's super exciting. A lot of these Korean guys, Korean Zombie, what was the fucking big motherfucker back in the day that was really, really fun to watch?
Don Young Kim?
No, I'm not. Yeah, but also Don Hyun Kim. Like, yeah, dude, I don't know what it is. The Korean fighters, out of all the Asians, they're definitely the most fun. I have no idea why, but yeah, dude, I'm excited about it. Jeremy Stephens is always a super exciting fighter. It's going to be a barn burner. It's the type of fight where if you want to get your casual friends into it, they don't fucking know who George St. Pierre is. They don't know who fucking, whoever else, the average guy or anybody else. They only know Connor. Have them watch this fight. This is going to be a great fight to get anybody off their feet. Go throw it on at a bar. That'll be a really fun thing.
Sure, no, exactly, because it's one of those fights where, as you say, it's just a fun fight. You don't need to know the finer nuances of mixed martial arts. You don't need to know about passing the guard and escaping submissions and all this type of stuff, because the fight's going to be pretty much straightforward. Both guys are going to go at each other, and they're going to try and knock each other out with the kitchen sink. Simple as that, Jeremy Stephens does it all. Flying knees, uppercuts, you name it, and he's powerful, man. He throws a lot of power. And the Korean Superboy, which is a great nickname, and he looks very unassuming, is the exact same way. And he's got big power in those hands. So it's going to be an amazing fight. Co-main event, Uriah Hall taking on Vitor Belfort, which incidentally, I think, and I might be speaking out of turn, but I think both of them have offered to fight me next, which I've got really no interest in either of them, if I'm honest. But Uriah Hall taking on Vitor Belfort should be an easy night out for Uriah Hall, let's be honest. Vitor, I'm not sure how many it is in a row now. He's just not himself, is he? Well, maybe he is himself. He's just not how he used to be. I think the effects of, the whatever you want to call it, the TRT, the abuse, whatever you want to call it, the synthetic hormones he's been putting into his body has taken its toll, because, he embodies the term dad bod for sure. And Uriah Hall, man, Uriah Hall's fast. He's in his prime. Listen, he's had some bad luck here and there, but still you can't deny the skill and the talent that the guy has. And Uriah's dangerous on the feet. He's dangerous. He's going to be faster. That said, Vitor, even in the fights that he's lost, he's still been dangerous for the first, minute or so. He goes out there, he swings, he throws some good shots. And if he catches people, then he can still be an issue. But his chin, his body, he just can't really take it anymore. So I'm going to lean towards Uriah Hall there. I'd say a knockout in the first round. But still, it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I think it's kind of similar to, most of the later Vitor Belfort fights. Who did he fight in his last fight?
I don't know. Who was it? Hold on.
We
Let's have a
really should
look.
fucking, we don't, if I don't have a computer in front of me and I don't have Sherdog pulled